My Mom's a Werewolf is a 1989 horror spoof about a housewife who accepts a stranger's attentions and bites off more than she can chew. Directed by Michael Fisher, My Mom's a Werewolf stars Susan Blakely, Tina Kaspari, John Schuck, and John Saxon. Somewhere in the suburbs, Leslie Shaber is fed up with being taken for granted by her husband Howard and her daughter Jennifer. While Leslie's running errands around town, she meets a pet shop owner, Harry Thropin. Leslie finds him hypnotic for all his exotic behaviors. He takes her into the back of his pet shop, but only gets as far as biting her big toe before she runs away. Back at home, Leslie starts to feel different, act different. In the morning, she's grown fangs. Jennifer's noticed changes too, and tries to save her mom before Harry claims her forever. Can Leslie break the curse? Will Jennifer rescue her mom? Will Howard even notice? My Mom's a Werewolf was written by Mark Pirro, who had previously directed the subversive Death Row game show for Crown International Pictures. Pirro turned down the director job, but made sure to throw some nods to his other projects in the script. Crown hired Michael Fisher to direct, who at the time was still waiting for distribution for Death Spa, which he had finished filming the previous summer. Despite the pedigrees of its makers, My Mom's a Werewolf was made in a similar vein to the Teen Wolf franchise from a few years before, comedies that equated lycanthropy with puberty. My Mom's a Werewolf does feel like a Miramar twist. In this case, the werewolf curse stands in for the mom's reawakening sexuality outside of an atrophying marriage. As a comedy, My Mom's a Werewolf is comparable to 90s Disney Channel original movies, taking suburban family angst, adding a complication of a fantastical nature, and trying to be funny about it. My Mom's a Werewolf plays to a somewhat older crowd. The daughter's witnessing her mom's journey into infidelity, after all. But this movie's still all about broad, laugh-track-ready humor.
Look at them, a singing werewolf. We don't see many of them nowadays, do we?
No real standout scenes to point out, but TV vets Ruth Buzzy and Martha Wallace bring some zing to their on-screen moments. As a horror film, this movie is as scary as an episode of The Munsters. The rules of being a werewolf don't entirely match up with other films, and the makeup is not going to impress anybody. Nothing for the gore hounds here either. This movie's only here for the giggles. Most of the film's budget went toward casting familiar faces. Susan Blakely started in the 60s with a prolific modeling career that she was able to turn into an acting career in such films as The Towering Inferno. It became an award-winning acting career after her role in the TV miniseries Rich Man, Poor Man opposite Peter Strauss and Nick Nolte. John Schuck played the werewolf's husband. He played a werewolf's father in The Munsters Today, portraying Herman Munster in the 80s reboot. Starting in the 70s, Schuck was a reliable character actor on TV screens with the distinction of playing 4 different Star Trek characters across 3 series and 2 feature films. Tina Kaspari had been cast in several teen films throughout the 80s. The same year that My Mom's a Werewolf was released, she appeared on screen in Teen Witch. Kaspari's more occupied these days as a choreographer, along with her fashion line. John Saxon plays the werewolf Lothario. We talk about his talents in the Curse of the 100 review of Prisoners of the Lost Universe. He's one of the best things about that movie too. Diana Barrows plays the best friend / monster expert. This Broadway actress had the misfortune of meeting Jason Voorhees in Friday the 13th Part 7. Marilyn McCoo has a cameo as a newscaster. She's recognized more as a Grammy-winning singer, first with The Fifth Dimension, then as a solo artist. Her music brought her to television as a host on the music show Solid Gold and as a recurring character on Days of Our Lives. Gino Silva as the dentist may be unrecognizable to you as Tony Montana's assassin in Scarface, but maybe you recognize Lucy Lee Flippin playing the nurse. Another veteran TV character actress, she played Eliza Jane Wilder on the series Little House on the Prairie. All in all, My Mom's a Werewolf was constructed as TV movie fluff. Not late-night viewing, but mid-afternoon. You'll probably be in the mood for something more after watching this, but if you're in a sitcom state of mind, you can get into the humor of My Mom's a Werewolf and also play that face bingo with all the familiar faces.